The last few days have been wild for the crypto market, and the big question everyone is wondering right now is a Bitcoin ETF finally approved? And if so, when are we actually going to see it listed? So today's video, I want to talk about what's going on with Bitcoin, spot Bitcoin ETFs, as well as altcoins, and everything you need to know if you're a crypto investor. Starting off with the biggest thing, which is a Bitcoin spot ETF. What we're seeing is that BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF is now listed on NASDAQ trade clearing firm. This is major news, and this is the big step in terms of seeing a spot Bitcoin ETF approved. This is one of the main reasons why we are seeing a massive rally in the market, which we'll go over in a minute. There's a few things with technicals. What we can see is that the iShares Spot Bitcoin Exchange Traded Fund proposed by BlackRock has officially been listed on the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, suggesting potential approval by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. You can see that it's officially listed right here. You can see the symbol would be IBTC. And while this is major news, this isn't an official approval. It's simply showing that now on the NASDAQ, the BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF has a ticker symbol reserved. That's all it means, is that now if it is approved, the symbol for BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF is going to be IBTC. This is really just all part of the process, and it doesn't confirm that it is officially approved, but it's just, everything is moving in the right direction. The key thing to note, though, is that this is the first spot Bitcoin ETF ever listed on this, that has had this happen, that has been listed on the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation. None of the other ones have ever seen this happen, and this is an extremely bullish sign. Really, it's just like a 99% guarantee that we're going to see a spot Bitcoin ETF, if not the end of this year, just at the beginning of 2024. So this is why we're seeing massive rallies across the entire crypto space. I want to quickly interrupt today's video to bring you a word from our channel partner, Hydra. Hydra is a proof-of-stake blockchain optimized for real-world businesses. It tackles some of the biggest issues existing in the blockchain space and introduces a truly shared economy with fair treatment of all network participants. It offers 40+% APY, 20 cents transaction fees. It makes it seamless for businesses and different projects and a lot more. What's even more exciting is the current launch of liquid staking for Hydra, along with its derivative asset, LYDRA. LYDRA is the derivative asset for liquid staking Hydra. And during the launch event, you could buy LYDRA at a discounted rate. So the symbol is LYDRA. On top of this, it also locks up a ton of Hydra in the process. The launch of the pool will be an exciting event, as it's the first time network participants will be able to take advantage of their LYDRA and put them to work according to their individual strategies. So use the link in the description and don't miss out on the major launch with Hydra and liquid staking. We would see that Bitcoin has just reached over an 18-month high. We're seeing the highest levels we have seen for Bitcoin since May of 2022. You can see that Bitcoin right now is at $33,000 per coin, almost at $34,000. The other day it had gone up as high as $35,000 per coin. We're seeing that all altcoins across the board are up, like 3 to 5, maybe even 10%. We're seeing massive gains. Other thing in terms of technicals is that you're looking. We had been talking about this for quite a while, and with Bitcoin, one of the most important things to realize is that over the last few years, really since December of 2020, one of the key and most crucial levels for Bitcoin that has acted as both a support and resistance has been this $31,000 to $32,000 per coin level. Ever since we broke above it back in 2020, we had stayed above it for quite a while until we broke below that key support. Now, the good news is that for the first time since May of 2022, we are back above that key level of $31,000 to $32,000 per coin. So this is on the weekly time frame right here, and I would say, just based looking on the technicals, as long as we see a weekly close above this $31,000 to $32,000 per coin level, that is an extremely bullish sign, and I would expect to see $40,000, $45,000 per coin come very soon for crypto, which is very exciting if you're an investor. Moving forward, I want to talk a little bit about historical data. When we're looking at historical data, we've been talking about this in every single market update video, and I had said how October was historically a very green month. We have talked about this since before October even happened. And now what we're seeing is that it's just following the pattern where we're up over 28% for the month of October. For the year, Bitcoin has doubled its price. It was at $15,000 per coin at one point. And this is something that you need to be aware of because people say, oh, don't follow these charts. You can't just base the returns this year off of historical returns. But look at it. It's following exactly as we had expected. So historically, you got to just keep that in mind. When you're looking at what's going on with Bitcoin, historically, October is always a green month. That is exactly what's happening now. And remember, the last 2 Novembers have been red, but historically we do see November green as well. So we'll see what happens there. Now I want to talk about what's going on with altcoins. What we could see is that there are a lot of top analysts coming out and saying that yes, we're going to see a massive rally for altcoins. It is officially altcoin season, and that coins like Cardano could surge to 10x very soon. The one thing I want to say though is when you look at Bitcoin and you look at Bitcoin dominance, this is what you need to be aware of, because when you're looking at Bitcoin dominance right now, you can see that Bitcoin dominance is currently at 53.1%. You could scroll down a little bit and you could see that this level is still extremely, extremely high. We can click on Bitcoin dominance right here, and you can see that right now it is still extremely high with Bitcoin dominance right over 50%. So when you're looking historically, altcoin season is happening when Bitcoin dominance starts to sharply drop from 53% all the way down to sometimes 30%. So we haven't yet seen that massive drop off just happen just yet. So I don't think it's altcoin season just yet, but it's very, very close. When you're looking at Cardano though, while some people are predicting that we're going to see $10 per coin, I don't know how sure I am about that prediction, but what I can tell you is there's 2 major catalysts that have happened. The first of which is that whale investors in the last few days have started investing a lot more into Cardano. So whale investors, those holding between 1 million and 1 billion ADA, have started to pour a lot more money back into Cardano. We can see that since the beginning of October, they have poured in over 110 million ADA tokens worth around $30 million. This is the first time since, July of this year that we have seen this massive amount of inflow. This is the first time that whale accounts have owned over 20.35 billion ADA tokens in a long time. So this would be a sign that things are changing, that we're no longer in a consolidation period, that now we're starting to see whale accounts get back in, continue to double down and pour more money into the space. So that is a major change. We went from a consolidation period to now a stacking period. We're seeing a lot more whale accounts add to their positions. In addition to this, the other major thing is with Cardano TVL. We can see that in terms of ADA, Cardano TVL has increased ever since April of 2022. We have consistently seen that more and more people are using the Cardano blockchain, and this makes me bullish on it, because if you're seeing people use a blockchain more and more, you see this TVL continually increase, well, that is a very good sign. I get it. The TVL isn't that high. It's at $185 million, which historically is not the highest level that we have seen in terms of dollar amounts. But more importantly for me is in terms of ADA. And in terms of ADA, we are seeing this all-time high for TVL for the amount of ADA locked, where it's over 660 million ADA locked. And the last thing I do want to go over is going to be with MicroStrategy. So MicroStrategy's Bitcoin position is officially back in the profit. This is a big deal. So ever since Bitcoin jumped back above $30,000 per coin, Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy is back in the profit. And you may think, well, why does this matter? I don't care. Well, it's nice to see that one of the biggest Bitcoin whale accounts, one of the biggest Bitcoin bulls, is back in the profit, because they're just going to continue to add to their position. If more institutions start getting involved, well, they're going to be looking at what other institutions have done. It's just a good thing if you're seeing institutions making money in Bitcoin, because it only could help attract more institutional players. So we'll see what happens, but right now there's a lot of exciting stuff going on in the crypto market, a lot of bullishness with both Bitcoin and with altcoins. And the thing I would say is just keep an eye out on this key support of $31,000 to $32,000 per coin. We need to see a weekly close above this level. And as long as we do, I am extremely bullish for the remainder of the year and into early 2024.